Welcome to the 901. I'm Tyler Stegall.
I'm Tiffany Collins.
And we are your hosts. Tiffany, I got to see something old made new again.
Okay.
I got to have a conversation with Todd Richardson, who's the managing director of Crosstown Concourse, also known as the old Sears building. The place is magnificent, and I can't wait for our viewers to get a peek inside. I also got to have a conversation with a resident here. She took us into her apartment and showed us what it's like to live at Crosstown.
Very cool. Well, I had the opportunity to meet the Green Goddess.
A green goddess in Memphis?
Yes, her name is Omi. She owns a very unique shop that sells organic teas and vegan popcorn.
Nice.
Yes, just thinking about that place makes me feel healthier. I also had an opportunity to speak with the assistant manager at Cloud 901, Ralph Calhoun. He teaches teens about sound engineering and helps them develop their dreams.
Cool. With that being said, we hope you enjoy this episode of the 901.
Did you know that the City of Memphis Seal, as we know it today, has 4 major components that represent the city's economy? The oak leaf represents the city's role in the hardwood lumber industry. The gear represents the city's industrial prowess. The cotton boll represents the city's distinguished status in the worldwide cotton market. And the steamboat represents the importance of the Mississippi River to the city's trade. So next time you see our city seal, you'll know exactly what it means.
Memphis 911, do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
This is Memphis Police Director Michael Rollins.
And Fire Director Gina Sweat. Every false alarm call takes minutes away from 911 dispatchers and the police and fire departments.
We can save millions of dollars and help keep police officers, firefighters, and paramedics responding to true emergencies if you help us reduce false alarms.
Learn more about Operation FAR at www.metroalarms.org.
Live in Memphis? Need assistance? Finding help is easy when you make the right call. For life-threatening emergencies only, of course, John would call 911. But not for noise complaints or things like loose dogs, vacant lots with weeds. Call 311 when you don't know where to turn for city services. Call 211 when you need non-emergency health and human services help. Finding help is easy when you make the right call.
We have a job to do. To protect the peace, the pride, and the people of our city. To realize our greatness together. To do the work that matters for ourselves, our families, our community. Do you have the strength to serve? Learn the true value of a challenging and rewarding career in law enforcement with the Memphis Police Department. Join the best in blue. Visit joinmpd.com.
Memphians love their food, and what we love more than food is food that's meant to cure the body and nurture the soul. We're here at the Green Goddess Popcorn and Tea Lounge to learn more about how we can eat healthier and eat good. Omi?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Likewise.
Your place is so much fun. I would enjoy looking at the artwork. Can you tell us a little bit about who the Green Goddess is?
When you see the Green Goddess, number one, you see her green pigmentation, which represents vegetation. Vegetation, knowing that all life comes from the earth and all life comes from the woman. So that's another reason why the Green Goddess is green, and not a lot of people know the true story behind why we chose her and for her pigmentation to be green.
And the Green Goddess is not just the name of the business, but it's the name of your signature product, correct?
Absolutely. Right here before us is actually the signature popcorn, which has a mega green powder of spirulina, which is a plant protein. 90,000 heat units of cayenne pepper that speeds the metabolism, helps with circulation, and also nutritional yeast that supplies vitamin B12.
So with your background, I understand that you're vegan and you've been so for about 20 years now.
Yes.
How did you come about with bringing your shop and your lounge here in Binghamton?
Okay, so actually we went through a program called Community Lift.
Okay.
Because Green Goddess has been a manufacturing company for a little over 10 years where we manufacture our products to Whole Foods and other stores. So because I love working with individuals, I love spreading the healthy food movement, we went through a program with Community Lift where they allowed us to help leverage our business. And so the program was location-based, which is why we're here in the Binghamton community, which serves both of our purposes, serving the community and bringing something healthy.
How is your popcorn manufactured?
Okay, so it's manufactured by women, okay? Now the Green Goddess has a nonprofit organization called Green Goddess Global, which we've actually done this work for years. A name is put to it now, a nonprofit. So we actually seek out women that have been product of domestic violence, substance abuse, human trafficking, and poverty. These women we take through a 9-week program where we teach them how to empower themselves, adopt healthier eating habits, and foster entrepreneurship skills. How they foster those skills, because these are the women that are actually bagging, seasoning, and popping the product.
That's a beautiful story. I think that's a great initiative. Where else can we find your products?
Whole Foods.
We have how many flavors?
We now on the market 5. If you come into the lounge, we have 10.
10. Can we find your tea anywhere else, or is that here?
Just here.
How many flavors of tea?
Over 42 flavors.
42 flavors of tea.
Yes.
I'm assuming that they all have different purposes.
Absolutely.
Do you have a favorite product?
The Robust. The South African Robust tea is great for inflammation, and it's an antioxidant tea as well.
If you could tell the world one thing about what Memphis means to you, what would you say?
Memphis is home. Memphis is home because I was raised here. I feel almost like it's a service for me to come and give healthy alternative to Memphis. Number one, because Memphis is deemed one of the unhealthiest cities, and Memphis being one of the cities that's known for barbecue. So although I've gotten training in other cities and states, I feel almost like it's a mission for me to come and to give a healthy alternative to the Memphis community.
Thank you for taking the time to have us. Tell the audience exactly where you are and tell them how else they can get your products.
Absolutely. 3078 Summer Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, of course, 38112. You can also visit us online at www.greengoddesspopcorn.com.
Please come out to the Green Goddess. It's a great space. You can meet your friends, you can do your homework, and there's free Wi-Fi and good popcorn. Thank you again for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we are in Crosstown at what used to be the Sears building, now known as Crosstown Concourse. We're going to find out everything unique and different that this building has to offer. Let's go check it out. Todd, this place is very impressive. Tell me a little bit about its history and also what all is encompassed here in the building.
Sure. So where we're sitting right now is a former Sears distribution center. So it was built originally in 1927, or at least the first section was built in 1927. It was about 630,000 square feet, and they built it in 180 days, 3 months, yeah. And then the building was added on in 5 different phases until 1965, and the parking garage was added in 1965, and it grew to 1.5 million square feet. So that's about 25 football fields. And if you were to turn this building on its head, it would be taller than the Chrysler Building in New York. Just for Memphians, a good scale or comparison is it's 3 Clark Towers in terms of size. So it was a retail store, actually the largest Sears retail store in the country until the 70s. It was the Southeastern Regional offices, and then it was warehouse for the catalog order system that they had back then. By the time we got started in 2010, it had been empty and abandoned for almost 20 years. And the big question was what to do with so much space, right? What we decided to do is to think about the building as an opportunity to create a whole new neighborhood. If you take that perspective and you think about what's in a great neighborhood, it's good residential, education, healthcare, arts, entertainment, retail, food, all of those things. And so what we did is instead of spreading those things out horizontally like you would in a traditional neighborhood, we stacked those things on top of each other in the 10 floors that are the building. Well, then the question became is, do we have enough space, right, to fit all those things in this building? And so in terms of what's here, it is literally a vertical village. On the first floor, we have our restaurants and retail, a bank branch, ice cream, a pharmacy, all the things that a little village needs. Floors 2 through 6 are our commercial space, and that's everything from a contemporary art center in Crosstown Arts, a new high school in Crosstown High, healthcare services at Church Health, and then more traditional office and other clinic space as well. A new YMCA for working out and wellness. And then floors 7 through 10 are 265 apartments. So currently there are about 1,500 people that work here every day, about 400 people that live here, and then there's probably about 500 people coming and going just for various reasons on a daily basis. Wow. So about 2,500 people. And just when we get settled, we'll have 150 high school students start in August, and that will grow to 600 students. So there will be in 4 years 3,000 people coming and going every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Todd, what has Crosstown Concourse done for this neighborhood?
Well, I think it's all a process, right? We're definitely living into it. Number one, this was an empty building. It was abandoned. And not just that, it was a liability to the neighborhood. People didn't want to live here because this empty building was here. It was a dark place. And so now it's a place where 2,500 people come and go. It has single-handedly doubled the population of the census tract that make up Crosstown Concourse. That's a great thing. And so all of the buildings across the street that were empty and blighted are now renovated and rented. And we have actually probably 4 or 5 different new businesses that are moving into the neighborhood. And so for us, one of the reasons that this vertical village was so compelling is it's one thing to turn something like this into an office park where it's activated from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then that's it. Vertical Village it's here 24/7, right. And the people that are here are coming and going all the time. And so that's a captured audience that people across the street want to take advantage of. So everything from that, and then the residential that's around here, the folks are so happy to have Next Door and Curb Market and Farm Burger and Area 51 Ice Cream and French Truck Coffee and Mama Gaia and Mem Pops and all of those things, for the neighborhood. The other thing is that Church Health, all of the things that Church Health does in terms of providing, the quality health care, to have that resource in this neighborhood, particularly, frankly, with the neighborhoods that are north of us. So it brings a lot of resources for a lot of different people, and then it brings people that we hope then bring other investments to the neighborhood outside the building.
Todd, thank you so much for having us out here at Crosstown Concourse.
Very welcome.
Thank you for giving us a glimpse of just a few things going on here, and also thank you for making the 901 a better place. I invite everyone to come out and check out everything going on here at Crosstown Concourse.
What's behind this door? The stone foundation of this building was laid in 1869, and the building was constructed between 1871 and 1885. If the walls of the building behind this door could talk, it would tell the story of how this building was built by a congregation of free slaves and how it was the first and largest Negro missionary church built just after the Civil War. The walls behind this door would tell the story of how, in 1890, Ida B. Wells operated her newspaper, Memphis Free Press. One of the first newspapers written specifically for African Americans was operated out of the basement. The walls behind this door would tell the story of the historic First Baptist Church on Beale Street.
Safety is a habit. Gun safety and responsible storage are no different. Help prevent gun accidents, misuse, and theft. Keep firearms safe and secure when not in use. For safe storage options, visit projectchildsafe.org.
I watch y'all coming here for years, 'cause you shot somebody. Now your life is shot. You gonna pick that phone up one day, and that girl gonna be done dumped you and raise your child with another man. Or maybe your mama or your grandmama dies. 'Cause ain't nothing you can do about it. You got 15 to 20 years, state or fed time. Real talk. Don't lose your head, use your head, man. Gun crime, max time.
We're here at the Benjamin Hooks Library to speak with Ralph Calhoun, the assistant manager at Cloud 901. It's a very cool place, so let's go check it out. So who is Ralph Calhoun, assistant manager?
I am a young man born in Arkansas, raised in Tennessee. I moved here in middle school. My dad he started working for Le Moyne. He's at Le Moyne, and so I went to Bellevue.
Okay.
Later, went up the street to Central, graduated from Central. Went to college, went off to chase my dreams and decided I wanted to be in the field of music, right?
Okay.
And got a call from this wonderful lady named Janae Pitts Murdoch, and that's what brought me back here.
So what in your background in music? Are you in sound or production?
So I actually was an education major and started teaching first, you know what I'm saying? So like the first few years of my life I spent in classrooms, you know what I'm saying, with kids, and I realized like they're listening to their music more than they listen to me.
They do.
And so I was like, I gotta figure out some way to connect with these kids. And so I was like, bro, I love making music. Why don't you go try to be a rock star?
Okay.
And so I moved to Nashville, enrolled in SAE, Studio Audio Engineering School of Nashville, and I got a audio technology degree.
Oh.
And so like doing that, you know, is what actually led me to become this Ralph Calhoun, you know, like making that jump of chasing my dream and going out there. Okay. And I do love the babies, you know what I'm saying? I love the kids, man, like, cause the thing is, we worry about so much. They don't have anything to worry about. You know what I mean? They have problems and things like that, but they like are free for the most part. And I tell them all the time, like, y'all have to use this time that you have when you can just do and just go and like think and imagine, and that's what they come in here and try to do every day.
So what do you do in your private time? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? What do you do in leisure? Please don't tell me you're mixing music. You gotta have something else.
No, I mix a lot of music now.
Okay.
Okay, so I do live sound, like concerts and productions for Claiborne Temple.
Okay.
And I have a live sound company, and we do shows all around town, do the city concerts. I also I'm a city promoter of a show called Trap Jazz. Have you heard of Trap Jazz?
I have.
We put that show on. I do all the sound and all the stuff for that. This city has a lot more love than people think it has to offer. You know, like, our community is one of a kind. And when you come here, that's when you'll get the experience and understand actually what I'm saying or what it means to be a Memphian. Okay. People can't, they hear about the tabloids and the things they see in the news and the media, and they think, oh, but really, if you came here and got one of these, you know, went to one of these places and got a plate of food around here, you'll love it. And you got some barbecue, you'll never leave, you know what I'm saying? So like, this is a great place, man.
So a lot of people don't know about Cloud 901. Okay. What do you want them to know?
Okay, so the kids can come to Cloud 901, and we are a place where they are allowed to chase dreams. So they can come. We have a video lab where we allow the kids to do videography, photography, graphic design. We have an art studio upstairs that's fully loaded with pencils, pastels, color pencils, paints, putties, clays, everything they want to use, they can actually go upstairs and just grab it and use it, and it's all free. We have a maker space with power tools, wood, screws. We have a robotics team that has 2 or 3 robots sitting up in the floor right upstairs. And so we're covering all of the areas of the 21st century technologies that we grew up thinking you couldn't really touch, but we are giving them access to them. Okay. So the best part about this is that it's free. You can just come to the library, get you a library card. You really don't even need that anymore, but you just come get your library card because we require you to get one. And you come in and you come check us out. Come sit in a session and you come learn.
So it's for kids ages
13 to 18.
18, and you're open whenever the library is open?
Whenever the library is open, but the kids don't get out of school till 3, so we don't open up till 3. Okay. So from 3 to 9 during the weekday, Monday through Thursday. We're closed on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday we're open from 10 to 5.
So if you go to Memphis Public Library's website and just select Cloud 901, all the information?
All the information. We have a full calendar with all the applications and everything you need to get involved.
Well, on behalf of our viewers, I want to thank you for everything that you do for the Cloud 901 team and for the kids, and I know that you're going to be a great asset to the local music community. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So far we've learned about the history of Crosstown as well as some of the things that it has to offer. As we heard, many of the floors here are dedicated solely to residents. Let's go learn from one of them about what it's like to live here at Crosstown Concourse. Mary Jo, you live, you work, you play, eat, everything right here in Crosstown. Tell me a little bit about what's your favorite part of living here.
Well, I could say everything, but probably the best part is that I don't have to do any lawn care anymore. So it really is nice to have a simplified life at this point in my career, basically, so that I don't have a lot of obligations like I did when I lived in the suburbs.
Right. And you mentioned your career. What do you do here?
I'm the residency coordinator for Crosstown Arts. That's down on the second floor. So when I leave out of my apartment, I go down the tower elevator and it takes me less than 5 minutes to get to work. It's really awesome. It takes me 10 if I get coffee on the way.
That's great.
I'm really fortunate.
What do you do for fun here?
Well, Crosstown Arts keeps me very busy, not just with my job, but also with the activities that happen here, the art openings and the music things that are going on. Since we moved into the building last October, we bumped up like all of our programming, and so there's things to do most days of the week. There's also a lot of things happening in the building. There's always like different sorts of like community exercise classes, and sometimes there'll be a musician at French Truck, and there are events on the plaza. There's so many fabulous restaurants, and there's good shopping here, and things are continuing to grow. We'll be opening a theater at some point within Crosstown Arts. I'm really looking forward to that. You can't be bored.
Now, what about resident life? Do the residents mingle with each other? Do you get together?
So we get together. There are common areas that are especially built for that, which are really nice. I'm fortunate enough to be on the 7th floor, and there's like a common atrium that's just outside my door that I sort of feel like that's my backyard.
Is the place pet friendly?
Yeah, it's really pet friendly, which is really a lot of fun, actually. You can have dogs and cats here, and we actually have a dog park in the building as well that's accessible to the folks that live here and the people that work here. And there's even a dog washing station. So you have to be careful when you go in the little triangle grassy area out front. Yeah. But that's just about the only downside.
Okay, great. So tell us a little bit about your apartment.
I love my apartment. It's 2-bedroom. It's my husband and our youngest 20-year-old son and I, and it's just perfect for us. We moved from the suburbs, and it was a really great time for us to downsize. There's also storage areas in the building, and that's really helpful too. But I really love how the architects of the project embraced the somewhat decrepitness of parts of the building and didn't just cover those up. It really has a lot of personality, and all of my furniture from the suburbs looks so much better in this apartment.
Right. Well, it looks great, and you've got everything that you need here, but do you ever branch out into the neighborhood?
I do. I've been working for Crosstown Arts for 5 years, so I've gone through the whole project, and our office was across the street before we moved over here, so I'm very attached to the neighborhood. Midtown Crossing Grill is one of my very favorite places to eat in town. I'm really looking forward to Black Lodge Video moving into the neighborhood, and there's just so much happening around here. It's really exciting.
Well, Mary Jo, your apartment is absolutely beautiful. I can't thank you enough for welcoming us in and inviting us into your home and to tell us a little bit about your life here at Crosstown. I just want to encourage everyone from the 901, I'm sure Mary Jo would encourage the same, come out and check out Crosstown.
Absolutely.
You can work, play, eat, live, everything you need right here in one place.
I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. Memphis has momentum. It's undeniable. Just look at what's going on all around us. ServiceMaster just scoured the country for the best place for it to grow, and it not only chose Memphis, it chose downtown Memphis. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is expanding its life-saving mission right here in Memphis. And FedEx is embarking on a $1 billion renovation of its Super World Hub right here in Memphis. Those are the big stories, of course. We can also see momentum when we look at the Binghamton Gateway Center, or when we see new hotels popping up, or when we see new apartments in Midtown at Union and McLean, or when we see growth along Elvis Presley Boulevard in Whitehaven. The numbers bear it out. We have some $13 billion in recent, current, and future development in the greater Memphis area. The best news, most of it's taking place in our city limits. And we have to keep it growing, and we have to spread it throughout the entire city. Our job at city government is to make sure we build up, not out, focusing our policies and investments on our core and on our neighborhoods. We're making major strides in delivering an efficient government that provides public safety and great core services. We're not there yet, but we've made progress, and I hope you see it. And I hope you're seeing the momentum that's all around us.
Only in Memphis can you walk across water from Memphis to West Memphis. No, I didn't say walk on water, I said walk across water. We're talking about the Big River Crossing. It is the country's longest active rail, bicycle, and pedestrian bridge, and it serves as the connection point between Main Street and Main Street. The Big River Crossing is a 10-mile multimodal corridor that also features the Delta Regional River Park and Big River Trail, creating ties to the attractions between Memphis and West Memphis.
Live in Memphis? Need assistance? Finding help is easy when you make the right call. For life-threatening emergencies only, of course, John would call 911. But not for noise complaints or things like loose dogs, vacant lots with weeds. Call 311 when you don't know where to turn for city services. Call 211 when you need non-emergency health and human services help. Finding help is easy when you make the right call.
Welcome back. Wow, Crosstown Concourse is a majestic building with a very rich and unique history. You can live here, eat here, and play here. Everything in one spot. Sounds like something I could get used to.
Absolutely. And I'm no sound engineer, but there are some great things going on at Cloud 901. Our teens are learning about what it's like to be in the music business. Finally, I'm no green goddess, but I am gonna try that popcorn.
Thanks, Myron.
It's great that the Green Goddess empowers women, and I think my wife will probably let me have all the popcorn I want from there.
We hope you enjoyed today's show.
And tune in next time to find out everything interesting
and unique about the 901.
Tiffany, I've got to have some of this popcorn.
Well, you can't have it all, so.
It looks so good.